Our first category is best in additional income. Solar energy has made it possible for our clients to have longer working hours and increase mobility, leading to a significant increase in income. Presenting the five finalists for best in additional income. Here are Late Night Snacking by Darilyn Juanitas, Something Fishy by Bernadette Penamora, Boom Make Sales Boom by Joel De Gia, Night Harvest by Joel Abong, and Income Even at Night by Maria Cristina Sumandal. Let's get to know these stories more. Let's begin with the first story. I'm actually guilty of occasionally heading to the fridge late at night, so I can relate to our first story titled Late Night Snacking. Nanny Darilyn earns her income running a popular street food stall selling snacks. She previously used lights that would only last maximum of 2 hours, forcing her to close early. During this period, she would earn 1,500 pesos each day. Thanks to the solar loan program of ASHI, she was able to buy a BioLite Home Solar Home 620 Plus. Let's take a look at how BioLite has helped her.
Since purchasing the BioLite Home 620, she uses the product for their food cart every afternoon. She has been able to significantly increase her working time, sometimes up to 4 hours, due to its long-lasting light, and can also use the radio to attract nearby customers. She now earns additional sales of at least 1,500 pesos each day and up to 2,500 extra pesos during fiestas. She is also able to save around 3,000 pesos per month that was previously used to charge batteries.
Nagpapasalamat ko po sa paggamit namin ng BioLite. Nakapag-ipon po kami at nakabili po kami ng generator na para kabigtan ng blender at nakadagdag kami ng bagong negosyo na shake.
Using the product at home also prevents them from using kerosene, which is better for their health.
Wow, our favorite turo-turo to having milkshakes on the side. Wow, it's merienda time. Nakakagutom,
Can I
mamu.
ask you a question?
Sure.
What's your favorite street food?
Kwek-kwek, all-time favorite.
Oh, that's bad for your cholesterol, Alan. Be more
Yeah,
careful.
but what's good about
Another
this story is that she was able to extend her business, allowing Nanay Darilyn to have more income because of from the Turo Turo side, and then she now has milkshakes.
Yeah, amazing. Let's get to the next finalist, Alan.
Sure, Sir Julius. Now, on to our next finalist. We have Something Fishy. So why is it called Something Fishy? Bernadette Penamora is a 43-year-old fisherman from Infante Quezon whose livelihood depends on gathering baby bangus to sell bangus to bangus farms. When she was still using a rechargeable flashlight, she had a difficult time working longer than 3 hours. The weak beam produced by the flashlight also made it difficult to count the exact amount of small fish. More often than not, she would lose income due to the undercounting of fish sold. Let's see from this video.
She bought the SK Boom because it was affordable. With the SK Boom, she can work for longer periods of time and count the fish more accurately with the brighter light. Because of this, her income has doubled.
Malakas na ang ilaw na ginagamit ko sa panghuli ng similya ng bangus. Ito na ang naipundar ko ang aking cellphone.
In addition, the SK Boom is a huge help to her family because they live without electricity and it's their main source of light at home.
All right, thanks, Nanay Bernadette. So beside from she uses it for her livelihood. She also uses the light at home because it's really hard to see those very little fish at night. And while they're moving, it is also difficult to count them precisely, right, Mamu?
Yeah, what does it look like? I've never seen a baby bangus.
It's
Like,
maybe on a layman's term, well, let's call it like D-list type, like super liit or very, very small
yeah,
fish.
it might look like a tadpole, maybe. Like it's very white, so it's hard to see
Yeah,
water. Yeah.
right.
Okay. Okay, that's very nice story. Unusual. Let's go to the next
Unusual.
one, Alan.
All right. Our next story is entitled Boom Makes Sales Boom. Wow. Joel DeGia lives in northern Samar and runs a food cart at his main source of income. Joel would start selling his goods in the afternoon but faced difficulty selling it at night in the dark. He would often park his cart underneath a working street lamp. However, this limits the number of customers stopping by. Let's see how SK Boom or Sun King Boom helped his food stand.
With the SK Boom, Joel can easily move his cart towards potential customers during the night. In fact, with the product, Joel is able to create an inviting, bright atmosphere and attract customers to eat the snacks while listening to music. This allows Joel to sell all of his goods by the end of the day and has doubled his daily income from 300 to 600 pesos.
Thanks for that, Joel. Well, we support all the micro, small, and medium enterprises because happy customers means more sales. So we're glad that the solar lamp Sun King Boom helped you in terms of mobility and managing your sales well.
Okay, let's go on to the next one.
Our fourth story next up is we have the night harvest. Joel Abong is a rice farmer based in Hamtik, Antique. After harvesting rice in the early morning, the farmers are unable to thresh the rice grains due to the intense heat. The farmers and equipment have a difficult time working and often overheat. The only option is to process the rice at sunset. However, the lack of light, reliance on kerosene lamps, and working hours make it difficult for them. Now, with the OV or Omnivoltaic M600X, the farmers can work at night and can finish processing the rice on schedule, earning an additional 4,000 pesos per week. That's a huge amount. Moreover, during typhoon seasons, the solar lamps help the farmers to process the harvest in advance, leading to less rice wasted and further increasing income. Congratulations, Joel and your team. Yeah, we salute all farmers and 4,000 pesos additional income for our farmers is very, very awesome. Kudos to all of your hard work, farmers.
Okay, so we're down to our last finalist for this
Last
category.
story. Yes, Sir Julius. And our last but definitely not least is entitled Income Even at Night. Nanay Christina is from Brooks Point to Palawan and is married with 4 children. She owns a mini market while her husband works in gardening and farming. As brownouts occur 3 times a week in her area, Christina must close early during those days and is unable to sell during the busier nighttime. This is an issue as her store is a major asset to the barangay. So before solar, she used kerosene lamps during brownouts. Let's see more of her stories in this video.
Her store is a major asset to the barangay because customers come by after their workday is over.
Ginagamit ko po ang solar na M400 sa aking tindahan, lalong-lalo na po pag run out at pang magdamagang ilaw. At dahil sa liwanag nito, marami pa ring bumibili kahit run out.
Now with the M400X, she can stay open until nearby workers finish their shifts. Her sales have increased 33% to 4,000 pesos per day. The extra income goes towards her children's tuition, which is a bonus.
All right. Nanay Christina's store might be on a 24/7 soon because extended hours means extended sales and because of solar lights. So, how is that, Sir Julius, for you, the 5 finalists?
Well, this is going to be very tough for our judges, so I would like opinion regarding the stories they just heard and saw. So let's start with our first judge, okay, our Rose Among the Thorns. Which one is your favorite story, ma'am?
She might be on mute.
Oh, let's start with you, Sir Jim.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think Tita K might be on mute. So maybe Tita K, if you turn on your audio. But for me, it's Jules. This is an impossible task, right? To choose because these are all excellent stories. And what I found interesting is we have vendors, we have fisher people, fisher folk, we have farmers, right? And it's just a great representation of our normal clients. To me, it is kind of between Bernadette with something fishy and Daryl of late night snacking. Bernadette, because I've never heard of this livelihood. It is a very unusual livelihood, but I'm sure it's quite common. And I found it, I love the title and the fact that she was able to increase her income by counting the fish better. But at the end, I'm going with Daryl with late night snacking.
With late night snacking.
This category is about additional income, and she was earning 1,500 per day more. And during Fiesta, she earns even more. And my only regret is that we don't have a solar panel for her blender. Right? She had to buy a generator for her blender. So that's a great idea for a new product for us. So next time, I hope that even her blender will be solar powered.
That's right.
Okay, let's go to Tita K. Which one was your favorite story, ma'am?
Oh, I'd like to say something fishy is my favorite there. I know all of them are very good, but the reason I chose something fishy is it relates to where my husband lives. He lives in near the sea, West Philippine Sea. And the neighbors, that is their livelihood, to catch bangus fries. And so immediately, I know that they can be helped with this kind of solar. That will be much important for me. And so I'd like to say that what she said is very good, and I'm sure that she had improved her livelihood. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. So we have one vote for late night snacking and one for something fishy. So we're going to go to Kuya Kim for the tiebreaker probably, unless you know something else. Yes, Kuya Kim.
Okay, thank you very much, and thank you very much for putting the pressure on me to be the tiebreaker.
Actually, if we all disagree, Kuya Kim, we actually have a fourth judge who will come in to do the tiebreaker. So no pressure on you. We have a fourth judge.
But of course, I'd like to congratulate all five, because all five of you are inspiring, and especially at these times when times are difficult and people have no work, and to see people improvising the way you do is really inspiring. There's my favorite, actually. I have two favorites, and both of them have this romantic energy about what they do. No, the first is something fishy. The similya ng bangus, para sa mga nanonood pala sa probinsya, magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. Isang malaking karangalan na nandito ako ngayon. But when they get bangus fry, you know how small they're called similya ng bangus. They're the size of a needle. They're the size of a needle, a little pin that they can hardly be seen by the naked eye, by the untrained eye. So you really have to be trained to see what they are for you to be able to pick them. If you pick them in the dark or with the haphazard lighting, it's impossible. It's so difficult. But with lighting, it's a matter of night and day, literally. So it really helped them. The light helped them. And then, of course, it's so romantic being under the moonlight, being by the sea, that kind of work. If I were to be a rural person, that kind of work I'd like to do. Simple life, no? Picking similya or bangus fry. My second favorite is night harvest. Night harvest, because it's so difficult to be threshing under the noontime sun in the Philippines. It's so hot. But with the light, diba? They're able to do it at night, no? So again, it has that romantic provincial feeling about that kind of work also. But my favorite, which I gave a total score of 96%, is drum roll. Something fishy.
All
Something
right,
fishy.
there you have it. So we have
Alright.
both for something fishy and
Something
one
fishy.
for late night snacking. So without much further ado, I
By
would
the
like to
way,
announce the
thank
winner. Yeah,
you, Kuya Kim, for the information. Yeah.
yes. I
You're
missed
welcome.
hearing that. I used to watch you on Showtime every day just to
Yeah,
hear what you're gonna have to say.
meet my little birdie. Oh. See, I hand fed this bird when it was a baby. Actually my kid Eliana, and I just throw it around the room and then look. Then it goes back to me.
Like a boomerang.
Let's go back.
Always
All
goes back.
right, and the winner for the StoryStellar Award for Best in Additional Income Impact Story is Bernadette Enamora.
Yay!
And what will her prize be? She will be receiving an Omnivoltaic M600X.
The Omnivoltaic M600X is a medium solar home system with phone charging. It has one main lamp that provides 300 lumens and three additional lamps that has 100 lumens. It also comes with an 11-watt polycrystalline solar panel and a remote flashlight that can be used to wirelessly turn the lights on and off.
The other finalists for this category will be receiving a consolation prize of an omnivoltaic radio. Now we'd like to turn you over to the place where Bernadette Panamora is for the awarding ceremony.
That would be in Quezon North Branch, Mamu.
Yeah, so let's spotlight Quezon North Branch where she is.
Opo, thank you po.
Hi, Nanay Bernadette. What can you say? You're the
Hi.
winner.
Opo. Magandang hapon po.
Magandang
Ah.
hapon.
Hindi po, magsalita po kayo.
Maraming salamat po sa solar dahil po malaking-malaki ang naitulong po sa aming hanap buhay at sa aming pong pamilya. Salamat.
Congratulations, Nanay Bernadette, and congratulations as well to the other finalists for Best in Additional
Alright.
Income.